Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today we are finishing up our look at the Wave 1 Transformers Cyberverse Deluxe class figures. Not Warrior class, but Deluxe class. And of course, we have to finish up with the man himself, or the bot himself, Optimus Prime. And let me just get a few things out of the way. Actually, a couple things. Number one, I don't know why, but Optimus Prime and Bumblebee, out of the four figures, are the only two that are secured in packaging with plastic ties. So make sure when you get these and you can open them up, and if you've opened up a Decepticon already, you have your little plastic snips ready. Bumblebee's were around its wings, Prime's was around its waist. Maybe, this is all speculation, but maybe because Prime and Bumblebee are considered the more popular characters, retailers insist on that extra level of protection with the packaging. Who knows? The other thing I want to mention is, out of the four, Optimus Prime is the loosest in the joints out of the box. Every joint here, I think this is ball joints in the shoulders, hinge at the elbow, ball joint at the wrist, ball joint hips, hinge at the knees. Everything is loose. As you can see, he can stand, but I've had him flop over, and he will probably flop over during transformation. Like every other figure, I do have it holding all its accessories. There, the Ion Blaster can store in the back, and this is a little issue I have. Let me remove the Ion Blaster so I can show it to you. But it's not just Prime, but a lot of the other figures. There are noticeable nub and scuffing marks on the darker colored accessories. And I really don't understand why that's happening. I just find it very interesting, because usually that kind of stuff is cleaned up. I mean, as a model maker, I definitely can, clean that up if I'm so inclined, but I've just never experienced it to the level I have with these four figures on Transformers before. Prime also has a blast effect, and like Megatrons and Shockwaves, two pieces, and it does fit together a certain way. You just have to make sure things are lined up, and you'll feel it press in, but you can do various things with it. And of course, besides plugging into the Matrix, which is a bit from the cartoon, by the way, it can plug into the Ion Blaster like that, which really is small. I mean, that's the other thing. So yes, he does have a molded Matrix in the chest. Very nice. The instructions do not tell you how to open the chest, so let me just close it up and show you. It is those front panels. What I do is just press on the side of where the side windows are. I mean, those are thick tabs, and that'll help get it started, that you can open it. It took me a while to get it open. It's a very stiff joint. It's probably the stiffest joint on the entire figure. So, that's about it for robot mode. We'll pause and get into the transformation. Okay, starting off in a neutral pose. First thing you want to do is grab the head and push it back. Nice ball joint here on the head. Can't look down too far because of the chin, but it looks back a lot. So just push that down on that platform so it tucks into the body, and then flip that back panel over top. There is a lot of like red marble speckled plastic on the figure. It's okay, just not wonderful, I would say. I mean, it kind of feels a little thin in some places. Bend the elbows up, and then what you can do is rotate the fists in on that ball joint, and then come underneath the arms and flip down the side panels, which have the front wheels. Really like that transformation step. Next, what you want to do is rotate Prime at the waist. That will bring down a little section there of the front grille, but Prime is basically, it's not like he has a fake chest or anything. Also, at this point, come in underneath the chest and bring out the lights, and I do like that. That's a unique way of getting going from that thick cab to a svelte body. Come down underneath, and as you can see, the legs are starting to get a little frisky. Peg the legs together, and unpegging them, I have to say, is a little bit of a challenge because of how they go together. Flip the feet up into the body. They, of course, also feature ankle articulation. And then what you're going to do is pull down on the hips. That black section right there, that was the waist in robot mode, will swing forward. And at this point, what I recommend is grabbing the ion blaster, because it does have vehicle mode storage. There's a tab on the stock here that fits into a slot on the back of that panel over the head, and the blaster will peg into the back and sit very securely. Basically, you want to have everything, for the most part, squared off like so. Just like that. And then go ahead and do the typical Optimus Prime transformation. Basically, what will happen is there is a tab. You can see from underneath here. There's a tab that will peg into the leg, and then that will hook underneath the gas can. Make sure you have everything folded out straight, not on an angle, and repeat it again on this side. Just gotta there's wiggle room to maneuver things, just like so. And get it all in, get it in, and then finally come around the front, flip these panels in place. They will tab into the front just like so, and because everything's on the ball joint, you might have the shoulders out of whack, but just pressing them back into place will help line everything up. I mean, it's a little fiddly, but not difficult. But when you're done, there you have Optimus Prime in its truck mode. And what's nice is you do have storage for the blast effect, so it looks like he's, shooting up some blue dust or something. If you want to recreate the gimmick from the Ultra Class figure, go ahead, open that front, and there you have, not a shield, but the blast. But I must say, this is a better, well, of course, it's going to be better than the Warrior Class. Anything's going to be better than the Warrior Class. But just how it comes together in vehicle mode, I mean, it was, as I said, it was very floppy in robot mode, very tight in vehicle mode. And you do have those 3mm ports, so if you want to do something like this, you can. I don't know why, but... So yeah, that's about it for the vehicle mode. We'll come back, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Optimus Prime was the one figure I was looking forward to the most, and it's also the one that's disappointed me the most. Ever since we saw those evergreen designs that have permeated the brand on tertiary products like folders and pencil cases, and on the packaging for, say, the Authentics brand figures, I've been looking for a decent deluxe-sized Optimus Prime, and I really thought this was going to be it. Now, of course, some of the design work, especially with the curved front here on the cab and the stylized design of the robot head, are all hallmarks of the Cyberverse cartoon, but this was going to be very close. But I was very disappointed due to the looseness of the joints, which, I was just really looking forward to a solid Optimus Prime that could pose and have a blast effect and just really have some fun with that, as a takeoff of the old G1 design, but with the newer cartoon aesthetic. And this is a fun figure, but it falls short. Now, between all four of them, it's very weird. While Optimus Prime and Megatron, in terms of transformation, are the best, because they have a very complex transformation, they are the loosest figures. In fact, since Monday, when I got Megatron, and was the first one I opened up, just through natural transforming, the figure has loosened up even more than what it was. It's actually to the level of where Optimus Prime is now that I'm actually a little concerned about certain poses, putting weight on the figure, and maybe it getting hunched over. In terms of just being a solid handling figure, I got to give it to Bumblebee and Shockwave, especially Shockwave, who uses more universal joints than ball joints. But the transformation was just, it wasn't. I mean, it was what it needed to be to get to that vehicle mode, which is the spider tank. Bumblebee, though, I like how it compacts and all that additional weapon storage, which again wasn't mentioned in the instructions. So, I mean, there you have that. So, if you're looking for like a buying recommendation, I would say get Megatron and Bumblebee first, then Optimus Prime, and then finally Shockwave. But if you happen to see, say, Shockwave and nobody else, buy Shockwave. I mean, all four of them are solid figures with their own little issues. Obviously, as many of you have already told me, the ball joints issue is not a problem because you have floor polish and you can tighten the joints. Just that I come from a place where at the $20 price point, which these figures are being sold at, I expect a solid figure out of packaging. So, unless there's some major release that I'm able to get my hands on, I do believe this will be it until after Christmas. So, Merry Christmas, everybody. I was very happy to be able to bring you these figures this week. I hope if you celebrate Christmas, you get everything you want and everything you deserve, more importantly. But cherish your family. I know some of you know the last couple of years we did have that little scare with my dad, and we do enjoy now all our times with him. If you don't celebrate, I hope you enjoy the time off from work and school, and get ready for the new year. Other than that, I'll still be continuing my Advent vlogs until the 25th. Have a great day. For Optimus Prime, we will see you next time.